Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today is day 53 of our 100 days of knit stitches. And today's stitch is a Lacey zigzag, and we are knitting it sideways. It looks kind of like a chevron, but does have a little bit of lace work in between the stitches. So this here, I have to be honest with you, I've had a really hard time with this stitch, and I'm going to show you how to do it a little bit differently than I've been doing in the past. So I have already done one set of 21 stitches, so it has a 21 row repeat. So I have already done rows 1 through 8. I'm ready for row 9. When I cast on 16 stitches. However, there are a lot of yarn overs, so I actually have 23 stitches on my needles. You want to cast on a multiples of 2, and the first 2 or the last 2 will always be the same. So there on mine, there are 8 2-stitch repeats, so 8 times 2 is 16 stitches. However, the 2 stitches always stay the same as a knit or purl. So I'm actually doing 7 yarn overs, so that 7 plus my original 16 gives me 23 stitches. So I do like to make sure that I have 23 stitches. Like I said, I've just had a hard time learning the pattern for this, but now I've gotten this. I've done this like 7 or 8 times, but I finally get it, and I can see where I'm at in my pattern. It just took a little while. It's just a little different. So row 9 is knit 1, purl 1, and then we're going to start our repeat of yarn over, knit 2 together, purl 1. And then we're going to repeat those 3 stitches all the way across. So we're going to yarn over, knit 2 together, purl 1. So on this row, the purls, we're following the purls up. So yarn over, knit 2 together, purl 1. So purl 1. So Y, K, P. And I just do that because it is easier for some reason for me to remember, but you figure out what works for you. Y, K, oops. Knit 2 together, but I don't want that in there. K, P, Y, K, and purl 1. So that was row 9. So this is the front of our work. So that it looks, the purls all follow. I guess this side should also, it does look a little different. So that's the back side, and that's the front side. I guess it just is a personal preference as to what you want the front to be, because they're both pretty. It's just the lace isn't quite as prominent on this side. All right, so now we're ready for row 10. So we're going to start with our repeat. So it's knit 1, purl 2 together, and yarn over. So knit 1, so we're going to purl 2 together, yarn over. So we are knitting the knits, and then we're going to purl that yarn over into that purl stitch, and then we're going to create a yarn over. So knit 1, purl 2 together, yarn over. So knit 1, purl 2 together, yarn over. Knit 1, I don't want that there, purl 2 together, oops, and yarn over. Knit 1, purl 2 together, yarn over, and then we're going to knit 1, purl 1. So we're following the knits and purls up the rows. All right, so that was 9 and 10. Now we're ready for row 11. So you should have your knit stitches following, and then your purls, and then your yarn overs. We're knitting into the purl or purling into the, knitting into the knits and purling into the purls. All right, so that was 9 and 10. Now we're ready for row 11. So we're going to knit 1, purl 1. And then we're ready to start our repeat. So we're going to slip 1, knit the knit, and we're going to pass the slipped stitch over and yarn over. Purl 1. Okay, so we have our knit 1, purl 1. So we have our slip 1, knit 1, pass slip stitch over, yarn over, and purl. So we're going to repeat that. So we're going to slip the yarn over, knit 1, pass over, yarn over, purl. All right, so slip, knit, pass over, yarn over, purl. However, that creates a gap, a big gap. So you want to kind of yarn over, purl, and make that yarn over kind of as little as possible, because it does create a fairly large gap compared to the rows 2 through 10. So you want to keep that yarn over kind of tight. All right, so we did a purl 1, so we're going to put the yarn back into the back. We're going to yarn or slip 1, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over. We're going to do a small yarn over and purl. So that's just my little tip from experience of doing this over and over again. Slip 1, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over, and then we're going to bring the yarn into the front to yarn over, purl. And maybe that yarn over is larger because I knit continental style. So maybe if you knit English style, you won't have such a large yarn over. So let's keep going. That was a purl 1. So we're going to slip 1, knit 1, pass the slipped stitch over, yarn over, and purl. So put the yarn back into the back, slip, knit, pass the slip stitch over, yarn over. Don't forget to do that yarn over. Somehow I forget to do that, and purl 1. All right. So that was row 11. I want to double check to make sure I have 23 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 3. So we have 23 stitches. Perfect. All right, so now we're ready for row 12. So we're going to knit 1. We're going to start with our repeat. So I'm going to knit 1, yarn over, and I'm going to purl 2 together through the back loop. But to purl 2 together, I need to bring that yarn into the front. Before I go through those 2 stitches, and then I slip them both off, and then put the yarn back into the back. So for a knit 1, yarn over. This one also creates, the stitch yarn over creates a large hole. So try to make it tight. So we're going to knit through the back loop, purl 2 together through the back loop, and then slip them off. Put the working yarn back into the back, knit 1, yarn over, working yarn in front, and then we're going to purl 2 together through the back loop. And then pull it tight and working yarn in front. So we're going to knit 1. So we're knitting the knit stitches, so you can kind of see the pattern as you're going. And then we're going to yarn over, purl 2 together through the back loop, and slip. Yarn in the back, yarn over. Oh no, hold on. We need to knit one first. It's a knit stitch. So we're going to knit one, then we're going to yarn over and purl 2 together through the back loop. So I'm going over 2 stitches and I'm going through the inside of both of those stitches. And then I will slip them off. So purl 2 together through the back loop. And then we're back to knitting. Knit 1, yarn over, purl 2 together through the back loop, and knit 1. And yarn over, purl 2 together through the back loop. It's a long stitch to say. All right, and then our last 2 stitches are knit and purl. Perfect. So that was rows 9 through 12.